Dear children, I am Rakhi. I am PGT Economics. Economic Mall is my YouTube channel. In this channel, I would like to teach 11th and 12th microeconomics and macroeconomics. Today we will study about certain concepts about economics. Economics is a science which study human behavior as a relationship between ends and scarce means which have alternative uses. This is the famous definition given by Adam Smith. Do you know who is Adam Smith? He is the father of economics and he given important definition, that is, economics is a science which study human behavior as a relationship between ends and scarce means which have alternative uses. Okay, this is the definition given by Adam Smith. He is the father of economics, and definition is economics is a science which study human behavior as a relationship between ends and scarce means which have alternative uses. So children, you can write the notes and directly giving the notes you can write it up to date. I will simplify this definition, that is, economics is a science which study human behavior and show the relationship between unlimited wants and limited resources. You know, daily our wants are unlimited, but what about our money? Money is very limited. So we have to utilize the resources for our better choices. Okay, so I will give simple definition, that is, economics is a science we study human behavior and it shows the relationship between unlimited wants and limited resources. So we studied what is economics, who is the father of economics, and his famous book, now I will say, his famous book is Wealth of Nations. I know all of you like my classes, so you please subscribe my channel, that is Economic Mall. Now we will study about the basic problems of an economy, that is central problems of an economy. There are three main problems of an economy. They are what to produce, how to produce, and whom to produce. So first one is what to produce. What to produce means what goods are to be produced, whether to produce consumer goods or to produce capital goods. So based on the available resources, economy has to make a choice whether to produce consumer goods or capital goods. Which are the consumer goods? Rice, wheat, sugar, these are consumer goods. Which are capital goods? Machinery, equipment, tools, these are capital goods. So what to produce means the economy has to take a decision regarding what to produce, that is whether to produce capital goods or to produce consumer goods. whether to produce capital goods or to produce consumer goods. Children, you can write the notes. So, the example for consumer goods, rice, wheat, sugar, all these are consumer goods. And example for capital goods, machinery, equipments, tools. These are capital goods. So, based on the available resources, economy has to decide whether to produce capital goods or to produce consumer goods. That is the first problem of an economy, that is what to produce. What to produce means economy has to take a decision regarding the production of goods, whether to produce capital goods or to produce consumer goods. So, example for consumer goods, rice, wheat, sugar, and example for capital goods, machinery, equipment, tools. Okay, now we will study about the second problem of an economy, that is how to produce. How to produce, actually it is related to techniques of production. Means economy has to decide which technique has to be used for the production of goods. There are two types of techniques, that is labor intensive techniques and capital intensive techniques. Labor intensive techniques means using more labor and less capital, and capital intensive technique means using more capital and less labor. Suppose in an economy there are more labor, they can use which techniques? Labor intensive techniques. Means using more labor and less capital. Suppose in an economy capital is more, then they can use capital intensive techniques. Means using more capital and less labor. So, this is the second problem of an economy, that is how to produce. How to produce means economy has to take a decision regarding the techniques of production. Whether to produce the goods by using labor intensive technology or using capital intensive technology. This is the second problem of an economy. Children, please write the notes. How to produce? How to produce deals with the techniques of production. There are two techniques of production, labor intensive techniques of production and capital intensive techniques of production. Okay, labor intensive techniques of production means more labor and less capital. Okay, capital intensive technique means more capital and less labor. Okay, so two problems of an economy we already studied. First one is what to produce, second one is how to produce. Now next one is for whom to produce. Whom to produce related to whom the goods are to be produced, whether to produce the goods for rich people or to produce the goods for poor people. Whether to produce goods for rich people or to produce goods for poor people. So, suppose in an economy there are more poor people, economy has to utilize the available resources for the production of the essential goods, means necessary goods. Suppose in an economy there are rich people, the economy has to utilize the resources for the production of the goods for rich people. Okay, so these are the three main economic problems, that is what to produce, how to produce and whom to produce. Okay, these are the central problems of an economy. So now I will conclude all my classes, that is first we studied about father of economics Adam Smith is the father of economics, and his famous book is Wealth of Nations. And we studied about the definition of economics, that is, economics is a science. We study human behavior as a relationship between ends and squares, means which have alternative uses. Then I given the simplified definition, that is, economics is a science. We study human behavior and it shows the relationship between unlimited wants and limited resources. Next we studied about the central problems of an economy. Which are the central problems of an economy? What to produce, how to produce, whom to produce. Which are the central problems of an economy? What to produce, how to produce, whom to produce. Okay children, next class I will take PPF, Production Possibility Frontier. That I will take the class soon. You can wait for my classes. Thank you children.